Welcome to the show where we take a look at someone's past month spending and the income that came in, see how that all comes together to get over the financial hurdles they're facing or meet the financial goals that they're trying to achieve. And make sure you're subscribed because one of the first 50,000 subscribers here will win $1,000. My name is Caleb Hammer. Today we are meeting with Alex. Alex, how old are you and where are you based out of?
Yep. So I am just turned 27 about 2 months ago, and I'm based out of Phoenix, Arizona. Well, technically, actually, Goodyear, Arizona.
What do you do for a living?
I am a software engineer in a financial company, and I make around this year on pre-tax. I'm gonna make about 90,000.
Okay, awesome. Now, when it comes to your financial situation, the way our conversation via email essentially started was crypto, this crypto, that crypto, crypto, pretty much. So you are a crypto man at heart, huh?
Yeah. So I guess it all goes back to, I think crypto is actually what got me into investments and everything else in general, because back when I was at university for my computer science degree, it was during that time, when Bitcoin first hit 20,000. So that was pretty much what everyone was talking about. And I was like, oh, like, how do I get into investments in general? And it's like, oh, crypto sounds cool, but then it was too complicated at the time for me to actually do it. But when I got my first job, once I got out of college, and this was back in right before the pandemic, actually, I was working as a software engineer at a different company, still in financial space. And I was out in Cincinnati, Ohio, by myself, and I saw that everything basically took a dump in the market. As you know, during COVID, all stocks, crypto, practically everything just dumped hard. And I was saving a lot of money from my paychecks because I just bought food from the grocery store, spaghetti, rice, soup, and then that's all I ate. I didn't go out. I saved everything up. The only expenses I had were rent at the time, which is only about 25% of like what I was bringing in. So everything else is pretty much almost 100% going towards investments at the time. So that's how a lot of my initial money was going into. And at the time, I was pretty even in my investments with 50% and about stocks and another 50% in crypto. So I picked up Bitcoin and Ethereum at the time. Ethereum was around $500, and then Bitcoin was around probably about 6,000. And then obviously I kind of got out of hand pretty fast. um, so at one point, actually, I was actually up. I had decided to abandon stocks after probably about close to October of 2020. I decided that stocks were not growing as fast as they were before after the dump. And basically, I decided I'm going to go full on crypto because all my crypto investments at the time were up around 500%, 600%. So I was like, I might as well go more into it since this is what actually has brought me the most gains so far out of anything else. And at one point, I had around 160,000, maybe 175,000 worth of crypto. And that was around November of last year, almost around this time. Oh, well, 2 years ago, obviously, 2020, right? Or wait, 2021, sorry. But basically after that, you know what happened after December of last year? Crypto basically started a bear market. And I lost a lot of things from that, but actually sold probably about 40 or 50,000 worth of crypto between November and now. So I did manage to get some profits out in time, which I'm pretty glad for. And I was actually pretty mad at the time when I did have to sell because I was like, oh, it's just going to keep going up, right? It's going to keep going up. It's going to come back, right? And it hasn't so far, but I still am hopeful that there's a future there.
And to be clear, when you decided no longer to do stocks and went into crypto, the SPY, a ticker, the Spider S&P 500 ETF trust, the SPY went from a ticker price of around that time, 286 to even now when the market is down for the year and everything, to basically 400 at the recording of this video. So again, from 286 to 400, you would be well up. But you went crypto and then So have you calculated in total your total since essentially starting, or at least since 2020, from then to today, your total P&L?
What is P&L?
Profit loss.
Let me see. I could do a quick. I have an app that I use actually to track.
Yeah, sure. Do a quick little looky.
So I have it for last year and this year, so I'll just combine them. So last year, between January 1st, 2021 and December 31st, 2021, I had a realized gain of 17,000.
Okay.
And then in 2022, from January 1st to now, I've have a net, so negative 32,000 in losses, realized losses.
Okay, so you're about down $15,000 then.
Yeah, but I think I did maybe, I don't know if it's going to work out in the end, because I think since I have negative 32,000 pretty much for tax loss harvesting, that's going to be good for the future.
I mean, okay. Sure, yes, the tax loss harvesting will be nice, that you'll be able to save that. But instead of just saving $15,000 on taxes, I would have much rather you gained about $30,000, $40,000 in the S&P 500. That would have made more sense. So, crap.
I did make a lot of money in stocks, though.
Good.
Caribbean and a few other stocks, travel stocks like that, during when everything was going, going down, basically down the drain. And then,
have you sold Royal Caribbean? Because it hasn't been doing well lately.
Yeah, but like I said, I sold in October, so.
There it is. Good. Okay. Wanted to confirm. So you said some things before we started recording. You said some things changed last night, but before we see what changed last night, this is what your account summary looked like, essentially. Regular crypto, $35,000. Roth 401k, only $3,000. Regular 401k, $3,000, not that much. Roth IRA, stock $0. Crypto, Roth IRA, crypto, $10,000. Then $10,000 in your savings. Okay, checking $3,000. All right. Spouse checking. Are you married or?
I am married.
Okay, so spouse checking $2,000. Spouse 401k $300. That's basically nothing. Monthly expenses, average total of $3,700, and then you have a mortgage and a car and utilities and food, and we'll get into all that stuff. But whoa, out of balance, this crypto stock madness. But you changed some things last night. So what are we looking at today?
Yeah, so I decided that, as you know, probably been hearing all over the news, there's a lot of talks about FTX and how everything has gone out of control over there. I decided that in this market, that even I really love crypto for what it's trying to do. And I was like, I can't trust anything in terms of like what these crypto exchanges are doing. And I think that other people are going to panic even more if more stuff comes out. So I'm like, I might as well just tax loss harvest right now before anything gets even worse.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, what's been happening with FTX and everything's kind of crazy. $90,000 is what you brought in. What's your total household income?
So in terms of like what actually comes into my checkings, I think you might see on there.
No. Like what Like what does your wife make?
Oh, my wife, she makes about, I would say pre-tax about 43,000.
Okay, so you're at like 133,000.
Yeah, I'm making about 90, gonna get probably a promotion next year. So that's gonna bring me closer to 100.
In Arizona is a no income tax state, correct?
No, there is income tax.
Oh, I don't know why I thought that. It's Nevada, I guess. Then probably deserts, sand. So sand and cacti. Okay, so, but it's not that high. So I'm guessing that do you have a shared checking account then with you both? The one I have is shared?
Nope. we have separate checkings, and if you're gonna see in the statements, she Zells me every time she gets her payment in her checking. She Zells me some money from what she makes.
Why is it all separate, and why y'all zelling?
It's separate because I don't I don't know. I think she likes having her own little bit of a pocket of her money that she like uses to like buy gifts for me. And like, so I don't know. It's easier for me to not know. And I don't know.
But do you, what? Do you know? Okay, there's so many ways around that with having combined finances still.
She I have a longer work history than her by about like a year and a half. So I have all the credit cards, and I have everything like that. So she uses the credit cards as a authorized user under me, and I just pay off the credit cards at the end of the month, or whenever I feel like I want to. I never carry a balance.
That's good, but the separate checking still doesn't make sense. So what I'm understanding is y'all probably don't have an official home budget.
Not really, but I use an app called Personal Capital, and it breaks down what comes in and what goes out. And I mean, I think we always save some amount of money no matter what happens every month.
Not the best way to do things. We want to know exactly how much we're saving in order to hit a certain goal that we're setting for ourselves in the future. I get the spontaneity of wanting to get gifts. Love it. I'm a gift giver. My love language is not gifts. I don't care about getting gifts, but I love giving people gifts. But a good way to do that is we set aside, okay, fun money is this percentage, and we each get a percentage of the fun money or whatever, unless we have a big fun purchase that we're doing together. And she can, if gift giving is a part of her fun, she can do that on her thing in a little separate thing if she wants. But we budget as a household so that we're meeting goals. When we're just saying, we save some money at the end of the month, we're not hitting goals. We're not setting goals the way we want to. So I would look at that in a different way, especially since we have $3,000 a month going to a mortgage and car. Yikes. How much of that is the mortgage versus the car?
The car is about $512 a month, and the rest is the house.
What's the interest rate on this car?
4.84.
Okay, cool. And
car, and I got it used.
Very good. What's the car?
It's a Honda Civic 2018, and it's like the highest model because I just wanted to spoil myself a little bit.
Yeah, you did $500 a month. So what is the remaining balance on that? What is the payment?
I think right now it's just about 17,000, and so I think it's only I think a 60-month loan originally, but then
only
I ended up getting a refund for some extra warranties that they sold me that I didn't really need. So that cut down the time of when I would actually finish paying it off by a lot.
Okay. First of all, 60 months is a lot. Second of all, do you know what it cut it down to?
It went from about, I think originally I was around 30,000 for the loan, almost 30,000. And then the warranties after the refund took it down to about 24.
Well, I'm sorry. I meant how much longer until the $15,000 is done? Like
the 17,000 that's left.
17, yeah. Like how many months do you have remaining now after everything is said and done?
I don't know. I would have to do some calculations, but I'm gonna guess maybe 3 years. Let me see.
Okay. This mortgage. What was the purchase price of the home?
405, I believe.
How much did you all put down?
I put down 10%.
Okay. What's the interest rate on that?
5.5.
Do you pay the mortgage? Do you guys split the mortgage? Because your finances are weird. How is it done?
I just use whatever we pull together to pay it off. She gives me probably about 2,500 or 2,400 depending on the month. She gives me that in a month, and then I make 2,400. I make that. Sorry about the math. About what's 2,400 times 2? Yeah, so 4,800 plus another 2,400. That's how much that we bring in after insurance, medical, and everything like that.
Good news, this mortgage is 20% of your pre-tax income. So good. You're well within the 30% rule for that. So that's fine.
Yeah, and then I think our net is about 7,200. So it's not. That's why I haven't really been super heavy on enforcing a budget. I'm more just been enforcing try not to go out to eat and make all our food at home, and that ends up balancing out any big purchases later on.
Are you willing to rebalance this portfolio? Because this is clearly the big part of this talk before we go forward. Are you willing to rebalance this portfolio?
I mean, I kind of already did when last night.
Okay, where'd you put it all in?
Say that again?
What's everything in right now then?
Mostly cash.
Okay, so how much is in cash right now?
17 plus about 30,000.
30,000. Now you didn't touch a crypto Roth IRA, did you?
I did not. I can't take money. I don't know how to take money out of there, to be honest.
Okay, and did you max that this year?
I did not.
Good. 6 of that 30 goes into there. Yay.
So the regular Roth IRA, right? Yeah. Not the crypto.
No, and we're going to do a target retirement fund, something that mimics the market, something S&P 500 similar.
Return. Oh yeah, I already have S&P for a lot of my 401k, so.
Good. Well, your 401k is only 3,000 and then 3,000, so 6,000. So you're about to double what your retirement looks like among IRA and 401k. So, yeah, non-official financial advice. Max out the Roth IRA is what I would do pretty much immediately. And again, following just market stuff. The rest, I would probably put. So you have $10,000 in savings. Oh wait, is that included in your 30,000?
That was included in the 30,000. Yeah.
Okay. So now we only have $14,000 left, really, because we're gonna keep that there for an emergency fund. Now, does the wife, since again the finances are a little interesting between you two, does she have savings on the side?
Nope.
Okay, so that's the emergency fund.
Yeah, our emergency fund is in my name, but we both contribute to it.
Okay, so we're probably gonna, with the remaining $14,000, we're probably leaving an additional 10 in there. I think $10,000 is a pretty light emergency fund for what you all need, because kind of expensive mortgage. We have a car payment, pretty expensive life. $20,000 emergency fund, much more comfortable. So you set that aside and you leave it. You never touch it in case of emergencies only. Then there's only $4,000 left because the Roth IRA was maxed out. The $4,000, maybe she goes and maxes out hers. Little.
Right. I was planning on probably opening one pretty soon for her.
Yeah, she should. So you guys should definitely be maxing those out every year. So maybe the $4,000 from you goes to her because you guys are going to retire together because you guys are together. So we're doing this together.
Right.
Yeah, team playing. And from there, because you already have the emergency fund, the car mathematically doesn't make sense to pay off early and there's only 3 years left. But if you want to make extra payments on that, I would be very happy with that. Would not get overly devastated if you did not. But I still think you should. Because
I did calculate it out. It's 33 months and a half from now. So I guess 34 months. That's about 2.75, 2.8.
I'd rather you get that done in like a year and a half. But if it has to be where it is, fine. Where's the rest of the money that goes invested then? We're maxing off the Roth IRA for both of you each year now. And then since you have a Roth 401k option, take as much money from work and put it in that. Get as close to a max out as you can. Then I think that's it. And those are just general target retirement funds. It's not as fun or sexy as crypto and individual stocks, I know. But since you have a Roth-based option at work, you just flood that thing with everything you can. And the only way to do that is to budget out as a household. How much do we allow ourselves to spend on food each month? How do we allow ourselves on fun, on this, and this, together, on gifts? Yes, that's included. And that's how we know how the percentage we're able to say, okay, I'm going to amp my 401 contribution up to 10%, to 20%, to 30%, because I can, because the rest of the money is allocated specifically on a monthly basis of what we can do. So that's good. $20,000 in savings, maxing out both Roth IRAs, trying to get as close to max as we can to 401k, and we don't have to buy individual stocks anymore. We don't have to buy crypto anymore. Now, if you want to on the side, okay. It is a good idea for more risky type things outside of your real estate portfolio, your stock, art, crypto, whatever portfolio together, 25% of it or less in the more riskier things. And then in each one of those subcategories, probably do not want more than 5% on an individual asset class. So I wouldn't do more than 5% on Bitcoin, more than 5% on Ethereum. I probably wouldn't do more than 5% on crypto in general, but 5% art.
And then I think one thing we haven't talked about that we might have missed is that I do max out my HSA every year.
Okay, cool. Doesn't move the needle in a big way.
They let me invest it.
No, that's good though. Yeah, so keep doing that. Yeah, that's good. But I do want these retirement funds to start inching up a little.
Yeah, I guess I was going to have another question about that, because I was actually thinking I was going to retire before I'm like 60. I was planning on probably retiring when I'm around maybe 45, 50. And my wife is the type of person where she finds the right job, she'll want to keep working in that field for until 60.
Sure, but it's good to have the option to not if needed. I agree you can with this income. Let's clean some things up and you'll be able to get there. With where the current retirement accounts sit at 27, no, you will not be there.
Right.
I mean, $6,000 in your 401k and $10,000 in a crypto Roth IRA. No, that's not retiring before 60. That's not retiring before 70.
Right.
So we're amping it up. We're maxing as much as we can. And yes, you already have an emergency fund, so you can put money aside for fun, going out to eat, going on vacations, do it, live life, but set aside each month what is allowed to do that. And what do we need to invest into our 401k and Roth IRA on an annual basis with a compound interest of 8 to 10% to hit the goal by 50, to be able to siphon off 4% a year of a livable wage that we're comfortable with by 50. What do we need? Then that much needs to be saved on a monthly or annual basis. And then revolve everything else around that. That's what you got to do. This is, it's kind of a mess, but it's obviously fun. And, you had fun doing a lot of stuff. But now we do the big boy retirement, where we just kind of buckle down. We do more boring and, stuff like that. Right. If you want to have a little fun money on the side to, do some crypto again, we're doing small percentages. We're not doing 50% anymore. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think I was just mostly trying to chase after the fastest gains as fast as possible. When I first got my job, I was like, I have so much extra money. I don't know what to do with it. And then I made it up a lot of money all super fast. And then I just didn't want to take the money out because I was too stubborn to realize when to sell, because I had an issue back when I first started with stocks where I would sell too quickly and not hold on long enough to see the big capital gains. And then I just kind of got locked into that mindset of I should never sell because I did that before and I missed out on some big gains.
Yeah. There's a lot of psychology behind the whole play when it comes to swing trading, long-term trading, day trading. It gets wild, but boring's okay. I promise.
I hope so.
Any final thoughts?
No, I think I agree with a lot of what you said, and I will definitely try to transition more out of crypto. I think I already made that first step with selling as of the last 24 hours, and I think I will definitely start to be sticking to definitely the more traditional styles of investing, which are mostly stocks, and just go from there and just keep at it and do probably like you said, I have to develop a actual formal budget and not just rely on I'm making so much money and my expenses seem pretty low, so there's no reason to develop a formal budget. That's kind of how we're doing it right now, where you've seen our income and our expenses aren't really that high. I mean, they're high, but I mean, they're not higher than our income. So I'm definitely gonna take this whole crypto lesson as a big life changer and move things into a more stable environment.
All right, so for Alex's Hammer financial score, he is in an interesting position because a lot of things are really good, and then a lot of things are like, what are we doing? For a married couple, combine your finances. Understand what is coming in as a couple on a monthly basis, and then budget out where we want certain things to go as a household in order to hit certain goals by the time we're this age. You know, you got to do that. So that's immediately going to take off a point. All the crypto, the unbalance, the losses, immediately going to take off a point. You got to balance out the portfolio if you want to have some of the fun stuff like that as well. I do not think $10,000 is enough for an emergency fund for their more expensive lifestyle, so that's going to ding a point as well. The retirement is so low for where they want to be in order. I mean, he talked about graduating at 50, retiring at 50. That's not going to happen with where that is, so that's going to ding off a point as well. I am happy that things are being contributed. I am happy that they are saving more money at the end of the month than, spending. I am happy that they're at least communicating their finances back and forth. There's a lot of good things here. There's a lot of simple fixes that can easily turn around the story. I think it's going to be a Hammer financial score of 6 out of 10 because of those reasons, but it could easily be a 10 out of 10, or at least a 9 out of 10, with just some simple fixes that we talked about today. So that is the score for now. Make sure to share this video as it really helps this channel grow with anyone you think might be interested. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well, where you see some behind the scenes things and interact with me on a daily basis. Subscribe and stick around for more. Thanks.